Okay, cool. Jay is up first. He says, hi, I'm looking to start local video marketing for local businesses. From your experience, how do you measure how competitive a keyword is to rank for? Would a tool like Longtail Pro, which analyzes the top 10 keywords for links, trust flow, citation flow, and other metrics, then give you a competitive score? And then I guess it gives you a competitive score. Would that be a good guide? Not really, Jay. Not really for local. And the reason I say that is because those tools are really going to be analyzing the results on the first page, which are most likely going to be websites. And so obviously they're different. It's a whole different ball game. It's a different animal. I mean, obviously there's some similarities or some overlap, but typically, and also it's going to depend on the keyword, Jay, because it's become more difficult to rank for local keywords. Not all of them, but you're fine. We've been noticing that it's been becoming more and more difficult for certain keywords, and it's just going to depend on the keywords. And that's why there are a ton of different poking softwares out there, or programs that will actually go out and test various keywords by uploading these real short little spam videos to a channel for various keywords, and then it will, they'll go out and track the rankings of those videos when they initially index, and find out where they're located. And if you can find some videos that were just uploaded to a channel that are on page 1 or close to page 1, even page 2 somewhere, obviously, then those are typically videos that you can, or keywords that you can end up ranking for. So you end up deleting those poking videos. Those were just purely for testing purposes, and then go out and create a good video, one that's optimized for conversions, or strong call to action, all that kind of stuff, and then do your normal SEO work on it, and you should be able to rank for those. Now, again, even those poking softwares don't guarantee that you're going to rank for those keywords, but they just give you an indication or an idea of which keywords are going to be more likely to rank on page 1. Okay, if that makes sense. But in all reality, there's nothing that I can say that's going to, going to help you with this other than telling you to just test. And that's the only thing that you can do for video guys, for especially like for really any keyword, but for local, is you got to test variations of your target keyword to find the ones that are likely to rank on page 1, because some keywords are just too broad, or they're not keywords that video is going to show for. And I know I've fought that, and I'm sure many of the people that watch our Home to Hangouts have seen or experienced the same thing. But we've seen where we've gone after a particular local term, and out of sheer brute force, I've been able to rank it because I was determined to, no matter what, get the video ranked. And sometimes, what I'm trying to say is, some of the local keywords are just, Google does not like placing a video for that keyword. And so, yeah, you can still jam it to page 1 with a lot of effort and a lot of work, but it usually doesn't stick anyways. Even if you get it to page 1, it's typically not going to stick. And so it's not worth the effort. And what I've learned over the last couple of years especially is to not waste my time trying to force videos for local keywords that are too difficult. So that's why I mentioned, use something like a poking software and test several variations of your keywords. Okay, and then go after the ones that are going to be much easier to rank, that you have a much greater chance of ranking on page 1. And don't even worry about the real competitive ones unless it's absolutely critical to your campaign, in which case I would go after the longer tail, easier ones anyways, and then set up a YouTube silo and put your top level term, the one that's the most competitive, that's going to be the most difficult to rank, at the top of the silo, and then use all the internal linking patterns that we discuss in YouTube Silo Academy to help with that. Because then all your longer tail videos, right, the videos targeting longer tail keywords are going to help reinforce that silo and that keyword theme. Okay, and that will help you to rank that more competitive word. But always start with the stuff that's going to generate some results for you the quickest and the easiest, because that'll give you the motivation to continue on, especially if it starts to actually generate calls or leads. In this case, with local stuff, I'm assuming you're trying to generate leads. So if you can get, and this is like, for example, when talking with potential clients and they say, well, I want to rank for this keyword. Well, I tell them, okay, well, that's great. Most likely we're not going to be able to rank for that keyword. Here are some alternatives. And let me explain, if we can rank you for these 3 keywords that will get you some traffic now, or we could attempt to rank for this one keyword that you want, and it could take 3 months with no guarantee that it's going to rank at all. which would you prefer? Typically, a savvy business owner is going to say, okay, I see your point. Let's go with the 3 that can generate traffic now, if that makes sense. And so it's really just about how you position it. So again, I wish I could tell you, yes, you could use some tools that are going to tell you. The only tools that I use for that now is just I test by poking using one of the various tools that do it. There's a bunch of them that do it. Peter Drew has one, Live Rank Sniper. Abs has one, Video Marketing Blitz. We just did a webinar for MegaRay about 2 weeks ago. That's a great, great tool. You can use that. There's another one by Jeffrey Evans called Video Instant Prospector, I think, or something like that, Buddy VIP. So that's another one. So there's a bunch of them out there. Just find one, pick one, and test that way. Okay? You guys want to add to that at all?
No, I think that you made a great job explaining the methods that we are using, mostly not to lose time, because it's all about the risk reward or the work reward ratio that we are trying to use. You know, some people are just trying to rank themselves for, I don't know, cheap flights or cheap credit cards. And at the end of the day, it's not a smart business decision, because you need to factor in the resources that you will be investing to get to that point, you know. So build up from there, gather up some money, resources, and then you can rank for the really competitive keywords with backlinks, with anything else, you know?
Yeah. And as far as, Jay, the different, you know, methods that you point out here in this little list, yeah, these are all things that I recommend doing. I can't say that, yes, all of these are going to help you, you know, if you use all these, you're going to rank for your keyword. I can't tell you that, because again, it's just some keywords that you may not be able to rank for at all, period, no matter what you do. And then there are some that you may be able to rank for, but they won't stick. So again, it's going to, every single keyword is going to be a case in itself, right? It's unique. So there's no way for me to be able to say that. However, these are all extremely good methods that you should be using, in my opinion, right? And it's not just because it's our products, it's because it works, right? So YouTube siloing, that's absolutely critical, in my opinion, for ranking videos now. And it's so easy to do. There's really no reason you shouldn't be using YouTube silos. Channel optimization, that's default. You should be doing that. And video optimization as well. Same thing with IFTT network. That's just a default, right? Standard operating procedure. And in Video Powerhouse, yes, that's an add-on service, but it's powerful, and it's becoming more powerful by the day. So